And we're back on the Big Dumb Fun Show. We are broadcasting live. Mondays, we are here 7 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. The rest of the week, come on back. This episode will be in rebroadcast, courtesy of the live stream. Go on over to livestream.com/BDFS, and you will find us right there. We also re-air this episode during the week on Big Dumb Fun Show affiliates, including Kansas City Local Artist Radio, which will air this episode Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. 3 hours of talk and independent, unsigned local music from Kansas City, the Midwest, the United States, and around the world. We are the Big Dumb Fun Show. If you're a band and you've got music, send us your best radio-friendly MP3. Attach it to an email. Send it to info@bigdumbfunshow.com. We will take a listen to it, and maybe, just maybe, we will play it on the air. We are in studio with Steve Thrillium.
That's me.
And the folks behind the band, Bridges Burnt. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Thanks for having us.
Yep, thanks for having us.
You have to go around the room here. We will do some introductions as we get everybody on the camera here. We're going to switch over to the kind of the wide angle. I don't know if we can quite get everybody in there. Your gentleman at the very end, he's not quite in the frame. If you can scoot this way, sir. I know.
It's mostly for witness protection purposes.
I like to get everybody close and uncomfortable. And then on camera.
So I got to ask you, you got road rash over here. Were you part of the wake-up?
You just got to back up off that mic there.
No.
Right.
See, even he does it. He cut right out there. He
cut right out.
Compresses himself out.
It's what I do, because everything I say is awful. So if I'm going to say something awful, I just get right into the mic.
Just goes. Now, this is Bridges Burnt. Introduce yourself.
My name's Dan Woody, and I'm the bass player of this band.
So he says.
Dan Woody.
Aaron Franklin.
Aaron Franklin,
vocals.
your vocals.
Chris Cowell, guitar.
Toby Puffer, drums.
Toby Puffer.
He came right off.
Is that your
on it.
real last
Sounded
name,
great.
Toby?
Yes,
I bet you got a lot of heck about that growing up, didn't you?
I'm
Well,
guessing
not
that.
until the last
Almost as
several
much
years.
as the guy named Aaron.
I'm glad that your first name
got a
wasn't
great
Harry
Yeah, it's a great name.
or Dick.
Or Dick.
Now, you gentlemen, I saw you perform live at the Midwest Music Awards.
Yes, you did. That was Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday night. That was a phenomenal performance. You guys just tore the stage up, and then they had to come back in and repair it for the next band.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
It was our first time.
I had not seen you before, and I thought I loved the music. I liked what you guys had, great presence on stage, and it turned out you were nominated for some awards that you won.
We did. We ended up getting Rock Band of the Year.
Nice.
Band of the Year.
Yeah.
It was your first time, which is what I say every time I sleep with a girl. I'm sorry, it was my first time.
Now, you were also nominated as well, right, Aaron?
I was nominated for vocalist.
For
male
vocalist.
Nice,
vocalist. Chris
nice.
was nominated for Guitarist of the Year.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Had that been the first year you'd been nominated?
Yeah, that was our first go at the
First
award
go?
show. Mm-hmm.
Now, how long has the band been together?
Go ahead, Chris.
I messed this up last time.
Okay.
He's not good at math.
We've been together about 8 years, probably a little over 8 years now. Back in 2007 is when I came along, and we just kind of been chugging away and trying to get into the Kansas City market. And
Now, you're actually not from Kansas City. You guys drove in here tonight.
we did drive in. We're about 2 hours north of here,
Ouch.
close to the Iowa border.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the little town you're from?
Eagleville.
Eagleville.
I'm pretty sure I've driven through it.
in Missouri.
is.
North of Marysville?
North of Bethany.
Bethany.
Yeah,
Man, you are right up by the border.
we are.
So normally, if you're having a good time, it's a tough choice. You may go to Omaha.
We'd love to.
Have you ever driven to Cumming, Iowa?
Been through it, yes.
I have been through it as well.
Yeah. Or Climax, Kansas.
Climax, Kansas.
It actually is. Now, you gentlemen, for being together all this time out of really a small town, how did you guys get together to form Bridges Burnt?
Well, actually, Eagleville is where we meet to practice. We're all from different
Littler towns.
well, yeah, especially our guitar player.
You can't call that a town, really.
They all met in an old-timey bridge burning.
And we'd all been in local garage bands there, and we just started hanging out and writing our own stuff. And, and then everything developed into Bridges Burnt.
Pretty much it.
8 years, that was 8 years ago.
It was 8 years ago.
Yes.
And so then you meet and you've got like a space you practice at there in Eaglesville?
We do. Tommy Gilland is a good friend
Someone's
of ours.
got a garage.
He's got a studio right next
on.
door, so it's right on the square in Eagleville.
Nice.
It's kind of
Which turns out on the other side of it is the edge of town, isn't it? No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we double the population when we land on the square.
When you show up for band practice, everyone's very happy.
Yeah.
So you practice there. You've got an album too. 8 years working on original material.
We got one album, and that was released last March of 14. We've been working on it a while and had a couple setbacks, but finally got back on track and got that put out, and have had some good success with it. 3 of the songs that you heard back on April 11th were from that CD.
From that CD
and
as
then
well.
The other 3 were from what's coming up here in the future.
Okay. And you're going to perform for us here tonight in the Acoustic End Zone.
We are.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
Are you used to doing that kind of thing?
This will be the second time
that you've actually done, because you guys kind of, there's a lot of sound you guys got going on, and to break it down to really vocals, and you brought in one of those boxes that the drummer would play.
Cajon.
Right. Those are great. I love that. That's such a, just a great portable piece of equipment. You could actually get up and, back people up with that in a small venue. And this is definitely a very small venue. I wouldn't call it a tiny desk, but when you did a Google search of acoustic end zones, there in the similar feed is the NPR tiny desk. You saw that on our Twitter feed. I had to screen cap that where one of the guys from one of the bands we just interviewed, Hazing, they were out there. He's kind of he's technically looking at me, but it looks like he's looking at the list of other, performances. Some of them are from the Big Dumb Fun Show. Another one going to be here tonight from Bridges Burnt, which I'm very excited about. You gentlemen traveled a long ways, and I hope it's worth your while. We're going to talk with you here some more, not just this segment. Let's talk a couple segments, and then we'll get you to go over there and play. Can you do 2 songs for us?
Absolutely.
Right on, and we might let people listen to one of them.
Maybe just a piece of one.
No, usually here's what we do. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I love you guys. I would do this for you in a heartbeat. I do 2 songs. The best one I always try to put up as a YouTube video. Those are the ones you generally see. But usually I'll ask someone to do 2 songs. Then the second song, you have to download the podcast, or you got to tune into one of the affiliates to hear that second song. And I'm just trying to do that to get people to force them to listen to the whole program. Pretty much.
You're going to listen to my voice, damn it.
I'm using you guys as bait. Really, is what it is. To lure listeners in.
We're filler.
And I think you guys are great. That experience when you guys went out there. What kind of places have you performed? Someplace like Harrah's Voodoo Lounge up there?
Several times.
Yeah, we've been there.
There's some local casinos up on the.
We haven't up there. There's not a whole lot very big up there. We got some smaller bars, and then we've got we'll be at Aftershock this Friday.
Okay.
For the Semino show.
And you're opening up for Semino.
We are.
At Aftershock this Friday. That's great. Good venue as well.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to talk some more with the guys from Bridges Burnt, but I have to load a song in here.
So talk amongst yourselves for a minute, because Aaron was not paying attention to the board.
I know. I just didn't load it in before we went in.
You'll get there.
I'm just going to blame him anyway. He'll yell at me about it later, but right now we're on the air, so we can't.
The fact of the matter is I didn't load it in. So.
Good times, guys. Good times. Good times.
And we're all staring at him.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Like,
hey, Aaron.
Like something's going to happen here. It's a tough decision here when I'm playing independent unsigned music. I like these guys. I don't think this quite fits your genre of music, but these guys really talented as well. This is Razor Wire Halo with their song Running in Reverse on the Big Dumb Fun Show. We'll be back with more Bridges Burnt on the Big Dumb Fun Show.